Hello everybody, welcome back to the Ben Newport Variety channel. Today's video we're going to be doing is Gun Showcase 9. Gun Showcase 9 is going to bring us our next gun on the wall, and that is going to be the Nerf Roto Fury here. This is another gun in the Mega Nerf series lineup. I only have two of these. Obviously the Mega Centurion that I showcased in Gun Showcase 1 at the start of the series, and then this one is going to bring us Gun Showcase 9. I used to have a third, the Nerf Mega Magnus. It was like a pistol where you pulled the slide back and you put 3 in. Well, it broke because I was using it as a brown gun. Obviously, it wasn't meant to be used that way, and it broke, so I bought this in its place. Now, this gun has been modified to my liking. So, without further ado, let's dive right into that. So, this gun is holds 10 rounds. It's a 10-round rotating cylinder. With this as your priming action, you're going to pull this back, push it forward. This chamber is loaded with 9 shells. I got the 10th over there, so I'm not going to prime it just yet. We'll prime it when we're ready to fire. No really stock on this thing, unless you're a really small child. Probably not going to be able to use this like a traditional rifle. You're going to have to hold it like that. The trigger is here. I've got our attachment rail up here. Like I said, I do not have a Nerf scope. So if you watched some of the other Nerf showcase video or gun showcase videos in the series, you see that I use rubber bands and some of these to attach a Buzz B scope to it. I did so with this, but that was before I had the new Buzz B scope. But I didn't put any new rubber bands in this because we've been doing that a little bit more lately, and I think I'm just going to use our base sights with this. Speaking of the sight, this is the sight that came in the gun. These Nerf guns, when you unscrew all of these screws, you can split it open to see all the parts and stuff inside if you need to work on something. Well, I split it open up here to pull this sight out because this sight, I don't know if it went in like that or like that. I think it was like that. It's just too high on the gun, and you're aiming too high and you're missing your target. So what I did is I split it and I put a piece of rubber in there. So that's that black dot that you see at the end of the barrel, if you can kind of see it. My finger's right next to it. And it has a white dot on the end. And it just looks like a better sight. Now this went down lower than this, obviously, because it was inside the gun. But that's about the sight before. So it was actually lower than that, but it was still pretty high. So I took it out for that reason. Obviously, I still keep it if I should ever need to put it back in. But I pinched a piece of rubber in there to use as the sight. The bullets are extremely big and they fly out pretty good if you use good bullets. So sighting when you're close enough isn't something that you need to do too much. Speaking of the right bullets, this is our standard Mega bullet. After use, these get pretty flimsy at the top. This gun hates flimsy bullets. When you put it in, it'll just drop out the barrel, or it'll fly out partially top here, and then it'll fall back into the chamber when you got to dump it out. That's not what you want when you're in a pinch. So I have selected 10 bullets here that seem to be performing well, and I have marked them, and I will be using them today, so hopefully we do not have that issue. This one is a Nerf Fortnite bullet for the Nerf Fortnite tac shotgun that I used to have. I don't really play that game anymore, and it's just kind of lame for me to have something like that. So I just got rid of that, and you couldn't really hit anything with it either, because the barrel was super low, and the sights were clear up here, and it just was not ideal for that. So I got rid of it. But I still kept the bullets because they work in these Mega lineup guns. So, just to simulate how you're going to, this Mega lineup bullet proved well, and I have 9 other regular Mega bullets in it, as so. So you're just going to push 10 into this cylinder. I'm going to rotate it a little bit first, because I want this Fortnite bullet to fly out first. I think that should be good. Run it over to this side here. Alright, so, should be good. So after you've put your 10 darts in, it's incredibly slow to load, especially when you're in a pinch and you're fumbling around with things. but that's how most cylinder guns are, unless you push them in with something, but that doesn't work because the cylinder doesn't pop out the side. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to start shooting it once we assess our targets. So we have a Pirate Commando up here. We have 4 mini pirate figurines here, a cowboy, our standard balloon, our standard cans, and 2 Army GIs standing on a little wooden car. The Army men are facing away from me because that's the only way I could get them to stand on there. And I'm going to try to blow the car off because it's more interesting than what's me just picking the Army men off. And the reason I call them GIs is because they're a lot bigger than the other Army men minifigures. It doesn't really, GI is just another name for commando army guy, but they're just more bigger action figures. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to pump this back and forth, and that's going to rotate the cylinder to the barrel. You're going to pull the trigger, it's going to fly at the barrel, do it again, and it's going to rotate the cylinder again, moving another bullet into the line of the barrel. So here we go. Start with our cans. This gun is pretty accurate. So it was, I had several guns in the Army Men vs. Nerf series on my channel a little bit of a while ago on my channel, where it was, I had go-to guns that were way more accurate than the other guns that I had, and I commonly used them in the different Nerf ones. This was one of them. So as you can see, we're not having the issues that we were having in the other gun showcase videos, where we were missing and we were having to reload like we were with the brain saw and gun showcase 8. But anyway, I'm talking too much here. We need to, like that. So it doesn't seem like any bullet is entirely too safe from that. Alright, shoot this first where we take out the balloon. As you can see there. Okay. Take out our Pirate Commando, and that's going to leave us with 2 bullets left for our balloon. Alright. So obviously we see the balloon is just taped to the ceiling with cheap Scotch tape, but when it does rip it off, you can tell that the gun's a little bit more powerful than usual. So that is how we can tell that. So overall, a pretty good gun, a gun that I tend to favor more in videos that I may use this for. It's definitely one of those go-to guns that I talked about earlier. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. So please like and subscribe, as it helps out the Bang Noble Variety channel. Stay tuned for the next gun showcase and anything else that I'm going to do with this channel in the future. Anyway, guys, hope you liked the video.